Recently, two people in Bali had their passports seized after painting a mask on their face instead of actually wearing one. Ladies and gents, the covidiots are officially on the rise. I'm going to be breaking down exactly what led up to this, as well as the details on their punishment for the video that they were attempting to film. But first, if you could please do us a big favor and tap that like button, we would really appreciate it. It just shows YouTube that people are engaging with our content, and therefore this story will reach more people. Now, with that out of the way, let's begin. So two influencers, as I mentioned, had their passports seized. They have since been identified as Josh Pillar Lynn and Leia. While the pair were at the store in Bali, they wandered the aisles as Leia walked around simply with her face painted blue, adding white lines to appear as though it were strapped behind her ears. Although her lips and nostrils were a dead giveaway that it was just paint on her face. As the pair filmed themselves walking down the aisle, you can see that Leia was attempting to avoid being caught or called out by anyone in the store. Although that didn't stop people online from calling both of these influencers out for acting like complete morons. Not too long after the video went viral, Indonesian immigration confirmed with the press that both of them had their passports seized and that authorities would be looking towards deportation. From what we know, Josh has been identified as a Taiwanese national and Leia is a Russian national. According to local Bali news, a spokesperson from the regional office for the Ministry of Law and Human Rights confirmed that their passports had been seized and explained that the public order agency officers will be questioning them. They go on to say, after that they will be examined together with immigration to take the decision on whether or not to deport them. In addition to this move for deportation, the head of SAPOL said their agency will also be issuing a recommendation letter for immigration to deport these two influencers because their actions violated propriety. The head of SAPOL goes on to say, they are not only violating but deliberately provoking in public, so it's only proper to sanction them more severely, not just with a fine but also deportation. According to Bali's mandatory mask rule, foreign nationals will be subjected to a fine of about $70 US if they are caught without a mask on. However, this is just the first time warning. A second violation may subject them to deportation. Although as per what the head of SAPOL said earlier, they did specifically do this to provoke a public reaction for filming purposes, so clearly their intent was not good. In no way could they claim that they perhaps just forgot their mask at home. This was all done on purpose. After it became quite evident that they were going to be given harsh consequences for this, the two influencers put out an apology video. In the video, they appeared alongside what looks to be a legal team who explained that the video was not intended to disrespect the mask mandate or to encourage others not to wear a mask. They claimed it was merely done to entertain people. Josh, the influencer who had been filming, added, "I did not realize that what I did could raise a lot of concerns. Once again, we want to apologize for what we did and we promise not to do it again." I don't know about you, but I'm not really buying it. They're sorry that they got caught, that's it, which shouldn't have surprised them considering the fact that they uploaded the footage. Plus, after receiving so much backlash, they put their Instagrams on private, and then the moment that their apology video came out, they went back to being public. But either way, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, so make sure you leave me a comment down below. Do you think that the deportation is too harsh of a punishment for this, or do you think that it's exactly what they deserve? And while you ponder that, I'm going to check out some of your comments from the video titled "David Dobrik abandoned Jeff Wittek after accident, EDP 445 caught in 4K, and Jake Paul angers UFC crowd." J-Beth says, "Jonah trying to explain that David didn't know how to be there for Jeff is so disgusting. Like, why does everyone try to back David up? He literally almost killed someone in your squad." Look, that to me just looks like a little bit of Stockholm Syndrome, if anything, or Clout Home Syndrome. I don't know, we need to come up with something. Dobrik Syndrome? Dobrik Syndrome. Fleagle the Beagle says, "Great video as always." Thank you so much. I love Beagle, so that's a great comment. Kanata the Cat Demon says, "Do you know how hated you have to be if you're booed/hate chanted in a stadium in Florida? You gotta be Jake Paul level hated. You gotta be jaded." Morty Del Alto says, "I know what that noise is. Spooky ghosts." I assumed it was ghosts, but I didn't want to say anything, you know? Ashley says, "IO is important to the sanity of many." Oh, thank you so much, Ashley. We love putting out videos, and we're so happy to see comments like this. To know that we are helping others out there is just a wonderful thing, and we will continue doing that every single day. But thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Johnny Rogers, and until next time, stay classy, YouTube.